States,
7 ambassadors.
come and check out the excitement at Victoria with me. I'm coming your way.
I'll see you in New South Wales. Wait, you'll see me in New South Wales.
Tasmania, I'll be there.
I'm going to South Australia.
Discover Western Australia with me.
Expect the unexpected with me in Canberra. So are you ready for this?
Because this is my Aussie Adventure.
Hi and welcome to my Aussie Adventure with myself, Daphne and Naz. Ooh, it's cold, cold, cold.
Yes, it is. It is autumn right now, almost reaching winter. And we've met some of our Aussie ambassadors. This is our next one here in Tasmania. He's Lee.
He's me.
He's a photo machine.
Our Aussie ambassador in Tasmania is a shy, introspective and articulate photojournalist, yet with an insatiable appetite for adventure. So there you have it, just a little bit of information about our Aussie ambassador.
And here he is, in the flesh, Mr. Lim Chi Wah!
How was the trip?
Oh,
Yeah?
it's excellent so far.
Good stuff. I see you've already taken some shots.
Many shots.
Good stuff. So I tell you what, let us check in and we shall go to our first location.
Sure.
Let's go.
Natural beauty is Tasmania's heart and soul. More than a third of Tasmania is protected in a network of national parks and forest reserves. In Hobart, Tasmania's capital, one can also experience fine art and great cuisine, as our Aussie ambassador Chiwa is about to find out.
Alrighty, Chiwa.
Yes?
You will have the privilege of staying in this beautiful, swanky, pristine hotel here in Hobart.
Absolutely right. This is the Henry Jones Art Hotel, over 100 years old. You're not going to regret it.
No, I'm actually very interested to find out how this building got from jam to bed.
Cool.
Let's go. The Henry Jones, it's a warehouse, and from the outside they still retain all those brick old world architecture. But when I open the door and walk in, it's just totally unexpected. It's so different. It's so modern, chic, comfortable, and it's just very, very stylish.
The general manager, Matt Casey, shares the history of the building with us.
This area dates back to the very 1800s. It was originally the area where Hobart was settled. As a jam factory, you're right, it's had a history of about 120 years. It grew from a very small family-owned business to actually the largest privately owned company in Australia for many years.
Originally known as Peacock's Jams, the factory was bought out by Henry Jones in 1895 and he renamed it I Excel Jams, keeping true to his very own motto, I excel in everything that I do.
Although the hotel was launched in 2004, the passage of history still resides within the structure, such as old wall motifs, antique fittings, even crystallized jam stains on its ceilings and beams.
And, true to the promise of maintaining the building's heritage, all of the existing structure was restored and maintained. All in all, the developer only cut 3 of its original beams. Simply a marvel of architecture where old meets new.
True to its namesake, the art pieces here in the hotel pay tribute to Tasmania's contemporary artists.
There are 300 pieces of art throughout the hotel. They're all Tasmanian, trying to show what is happening in the contemporary art world in Tasmania and raise the profile.
We were also privileged to be shown the swankiest suite in the hotel, the Peacock Terrace, situated right in the middle of the building.
Apparently, the original founder, George Peacock, along with his wife, raised his 11 children in this 2-bedroom terrace over 100 years ago. Needless to say, it was a rather tight squeeze.
Well, he seems to like art and architecture, Daphne, but now let's see if he's ready for a different kind of adventure.
Naz?
Hi, trust me lah.
All right, Chiwa. We're going to go for our very first adventure. Sunblock.
Check.
Courage.
I think I've got it here somewhere.
You're going to need lots of it because we're going to go for our first Wild Thing adventures. Come on.
With 300 horsepower motors, things were going to be fast and furious and wet. Thank goodness the operators also provide warm clothing.
The boat started off very nice and easy and slow, and it's very stable actually. And when it gets out of the harbour and it starts to make a very sharp turn and it just spins and swerves to the left, right, and spins around, that was really fun. But you know, to get behind the wheels, to know how it feels like to hold the wheels in your hands, that's priceless. You know, I feel like a king. And you're running 110 kilometers an hour, and then you swerve and you feel the whole body just goes again with it, and you feel like just rushing towards the wind. This goes into my journal.
Wow, man. Absolutely awesome. Isn't that right, Chiwa?
Freaking awesome, dear. Woo!
Except my knees were still shaking. Yeah. Oh well, Chiwa, I think you need a long, slow drive to your next destination, a location that is guaranteed to soothe and calm your nerves.
Hi, Daphne.
Why do you look so flustered? Oh Oh dear, what has Nas done to you?
Well, NASA just showed me the wild thing, so Kim has something lighter to calm my nerves.
Okay, we are definitely going to calm your nerves. Now, we're
Okay.
here at Kooringa Farm. We're just 1.5 hours away from Hobart Town, and there's lots of things to do, right?
Yes, and I understand that this is actually a real working farm where they have sheep farming, sheep shearing, and they have some crops, and there's a beautiful lake I heard out there that's perfect for fishing.
Fishing? Are
Yes.
you a fisherman?
No, but I'm going to try it out this time.
You're going to try it out. Let's go,
Yeah.
let's go. It seems that Chiwa has never been up close and personal with sheep. He was so excited, he started chasing after them like a little boy.
So I'm very excited to chase after a herd of them, so you actually don't know which one to choose. You know, to run after them, I finally caught hold of one on the wool and feels very puffy. It tried running away, and I was so afraid that it might turn around and bite me, so I just let go and just decided to just look at them instead.
Open daily for farm tours, Kooringa Farm offers many activities for the family. One of the owners, Tim Parsons, gave Chiwa his first taste of sheep shearing.
Sheep shearing looked very easy. I mean, I saw Tim doing it. This is actually my first experience on a proper farm. I haven't actually seen a sheep farm, sheep shearing, and also, you know, those working dogs herding up the sheep and things like that. So to be able to see it and to be able to hold that tool in your hand and to shear the wools off, I think that's an amazing experience, and this is not something that I can get back in Malaysia.
After tangling with sheep, our next stop was the lake for some fishing.
It's a good lake if you want fishing. I think it's a good place. But for me, what's beautiful is actually the landscape. You have this lake, and then this rolling mountains, and then the sun is just right. This golden burst of light. It's beautiful. I could actually sit here, have a picnic, have a cup of coffee, and just eat and spend the whole day here.
Okay, we have seen the farm, so we'll be right back. Welcome back to My Aussie Adventure, and now we travel to Launceston, approximately 200 kilometers due north of Hobart, to see the sights.
Wow, I didn't realize Tasmania was so beautiful in autumn.
It is indeed, wow. All right, we're here at Launceston's Basin Chairlift, reportedly the single longest chairlift in the world. And where exactly is this beautiful place, Mr. Chiwa?
I think we're at the base of Cataract Gorge.
Yes,
right.
You like base, but are you afraid of heights? That's what we want to know.
And no, if I'm strapped in, I'm fine.
Ah,
So
yes.
as long as you're strapped in.
Yes.
Let's get you strapped in, boy. Let's go.
Well, you won't really be strapped in, but there is a safety bar, which we will need as the central span of 308 meters is believed to be the greatest single span of any chairlift in the world. Cataract Gorge was also a sacred meeting place for Aboriginals all those thousands of years ago.
That was awesome. So how did you like that?
It was good. The view at the middle of it was just beautiful with the rivers and the hanging bridge. It's beautiful. Got some good pictures today.
Good pictures, eh? If Chiwa can handle this, he will love this next one. Our next dizzying adventure is just 20 kilometers from Launceston.
We're here.
Yes, we are here, and you do like nature, don't you?
Very, very much.
Would you like to get real close to nature?
How close?
So close you can touch the sky, man.
So close, you can fly like a bird.
Oh, that's great. I always want to be a Superman.
This is time for you to make your wishes
yes.
come true.
Let's go, boys.
The guides were extremely friendly and made us feel comfortable, which is essential as we'll be traveling at speeds up to 40 kilometers per hour.
For first-timers who have never used a harness before, don't worry, as safety is always first anywhere down under. We were given a safety briefing as well as a walkthrough for us to have an enjoyable experience in a safe environment.
Still not feeling macho? Not a problem. In addition, we were given a chance to boost our confidence with a short training stint.
Guides were very, very helpful, very, very friendly, and they coax you into it, so you kind of feel comfortable after a while. It's just all fun. It's all in good fun.
After learning how to land using our feet to break our momentum, it's off for a quick bushwalk en route to our first cloud station. And it looks like Chiwa is brimming with excitement, so we let him have the first go. Aussie Ambassador ma.
Well, admittedly, I've got a problem with heights, so I was glad to let him go first. One thing I like about this treetop tour though is that the guides don't make you do crazy things from the start. Baby steps first.
That's right, Nas. We started off with a reasonable height to get us used to the dizzying feeling of being so high up in the trees, and only a harness is attached to a stout cable to keep us from ground zero.
This is cool. You're strapped on, it's safe, and even though you're hanging in the middle of the air 70 meters off the ground, it's an amazing feeling. It's I think this is one of the very rare chances to get to do something like that, to be able to glide across the forest. I mean, canopy walks, getting normal, this is the thing. I think, do it, just do it. I mean, it's a good way to conquer your fear, and you build up from the shorter length to the higher one to the faster one. It's brilliant, it's a climax.
Ooh, our Aussie ambassador seems to have his groove on. Will Chiwa rise to the challenge?
I'm gonna go fast, really, really, really fast.
His voice broke halfway.
Wow, action! Now let's see how you do, Dev.
Well, as the Aussies like to say, no worries, mate. Now let's see if you scream like a girl.
Whoa, made it in one piece, man. And now for the final stretch, 50 meters above the forest floor.
My hands were shaking at the last stretch. I think it's mostly because it's adrenaline. You know that this is the longest stretch and perhaps one of the highest around. And you know, from that platform, when you look down, you see the river, you know that you're going to glide across of it. It's that sort of excitement that you can't wait. You just have to glide across. I don't think it's a matter of fear. It's more of the excitement, knowing what's ahead of you and knowing that you're going to do it, really, really do it, and not just see it off a postcard or seeing someone relate the experience, because you are right in it, you are doing it yourself. That is an experience you cannot get anywhere else.
Alright guys, we are going to check out the lookout point, which will oversee a very beautiful, spectacular view. Okay, we've got our water.
Check.
We've got your SLR.
Check.
And we've got a boot of confidence.
Oh, very good. And you've got hiking shoes on, yeah?
Hiking shoes.
All ready.
Very good. After you, my friend.
Let's go.
Go. On my way up, I thought it's a lookout point, so I thought it would be quite a difficult, treacherous climb up to the top just to look down. But in fact, it's quite an easy walk actually, because I think the pathway is very well tended. It's an easy climb, there are steps on it. Even though there are steps, it still looks very natural. And it's a very good climb, so you can pace yourself, and there are rest stations along the way. You can just sit, catch your breath, get some view. And by the time you walk up here and you see this view, you forgot everything. You just look at the view.
Hey buddy.
Hello.
I know, it's really beautiful, right? Told you.
Beautiful.
Worth the walk, right?
So worth it. I've got all my photos.
Okay, you got all your photos?
Yep.
Okay, it's time to pack up. Let's go.
What's going?
We've got another surprise waiting for you.
Oh, really? Oh, let's go.
Since Chiwa liked Wineglass Bay so much, we thought it would be nice to explore this beautiful site from another perspective.
Wow. Okay, here we are at the Freycinet Peninsula. And it's got a French name after the cartographer that mapped out this area even before the English came. And over here you can see the hazard. Beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful indeed.
Yeah.
And what better way to take a look at this coastal national park by taking a sea cruise. So are you excited? Because we might just take a look at animals living in the natural habitats.
Let's go. I love boat rides. And I think to be able to see the national park through its coast on a boat, I think that's an amazing opportunity. I've done boat rides before, but not towards this extent. I mean, spending 4 hours in the sea with wind on your face, that's just one very, very nice feeling.
Daphne was right. During the 4-hour cruise, we were fortunate to spot seabirds as well as wild seals frolicking in the water.
Especially I remember when we go to approaching the sea caves, and just as the boat just goes nearer and you just see these 2 big walls just towering in front of you, and you just feel like you've been closed in. That's priceless.
After a long voyage, a stunning visual would be Chiwa's reward.
Alright, Chiwa, we are approaching Wineglass Bay, one of the top 10 beaches in the world.
So this is the famous Wineglass Bay.
Yep.
And coming in just now, when you see past all this rugged cliffs, sea cliffs, and you pass in here, you see this beautiful white curve. It's such a good contrast. So you're sailing through, cruising through the sea, it's just such a variety of views. I think it's beautiful. Having lunch on a boat, that's refreshing for a change. Although it's not difficult because the boat's not rocking. It's quite stable and the food is quite good. You have cheese, the crackers, that's very, very nice. And we did a very Tasmanian thing, I guess, to have oysters for lunch, to go with bubblies, and this is beautiful. The beauty of this place, especially the Wineglass Bay, I think things like that cannot be captured on photos. You just have to be here and see it for yourself. You just have to.
Are you all for adventure?
Adventure, is it? Well, for this particular segment, Chiwa, our Aussie ambassador, will be hosting this particular segment alone. And we'll see how he does. And is he worthy for your attention? Let's go for our adventure!
We're gonna get some action in the bush this morning. We're gonna go on the quad bike and explore Tasmania wilderness. But it's not about out chasing the wallabies. What we're gonna do is actually, we're gonna go towards the south end of the friendly beaches where nobody goes to, and we can have the beach all to ourselves. I've got my helmet, I'm all ready, let's go. Good morning.
How you going? Welcome to All For Adventure, mate.
Thank you so much.
Ready to come out on a trip with us?
Oh yes,
Excellent.
very, very excited about it.
Beautiful. All right, we've got the first half an hour we'll set aside for some training for you. And then we've got 2 hours to head off. We're going to explore through the park, get you out to South Friendly Beaches, and have a pretty good time. What do you reckon?
Excellent. It can be quite easy to pick up because in the start they give a safety briefing, and that could give you a feel of the bike itself. You know, the safety feature like the brakes, the acceleration and things like that. Training is done, and I feel much more comfortable with it now. I mean, 4 wheels is always safe. So we're gonna head out to the beach and find a beach where nobody goes to. I think that the trail is very, very exciting. It started off quite slow, and it's nice and steady so you can get a feel of the bike. But after, when it enters the Fresnel National Park, it's just rough, tough, and just all the way fun. The journey actually you can divide into 3 parts. The first part is just big, huge roads, a little bit dusty, get lots of sun and things like that. And then once you enter the national park, the roads get narrower and get more treacherous, and you've got these big, huge gum trees beside you, shady, cooling the winds on your face. The air gets a little bit colder, a little bit chilly, and then you just go all the way up, down, to the left, to the right. I think this whole adventure, it's actually a good mix. So you get an adventure on yourself, the bike itself, the whole ride, and also there's good views to go with it. I think it beats walking anytime. It's going up and down, and then you're swerving corners. It's beautiful. And then there's one point in time where you're actually riding, I think it's some sort of like hill. You just go across and just look up to the sea and the mountains. That was beautiful. If you think the whole adventure, the whole ride is not rewarding enough, wait till you get to the end, where the southern end of the friendly beaches. That is the prize. Because not many people get to the beach, and perhaps one of the only ways to get there is actually on this kind of bikes. And once you get there, you see that the beach, it's just empty, beautiful white sands, beautiful seas, a little bit of shrubs here and there, and you get the whole stretch of beach all to yourself. That is how you make the holiday. You know, this is exactly what I'm here for. This is what you call a holiday. It's the southern and friendly beach. Very seldom people get here, but I feel like privileged to be here. You know, on the way up, when we're driving, there's all those rocks and bumps and roots, and you just ram across it. I feel invincible, like I'm a super spy in a movie on a great mission. This is what I call holiday. This is it.
Well, the sun is setting and it is the final day for our Aussie ambassador here in Tasmania.
So how did you find the whole experience?
It's been such a great time. I've seen so many things, I've experienced so many things. It's actually one really great adventure. It's wonderful traveling with 2 of you.
Oh, thank you,
It is.
I cry every time they leave, you know. All right, but of course we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And hopefully you've got great experiences to bring home back to Malaysia.
Lots of it.
To tell your children, your grandchildren once you get married. Huh?
And lots of photos to prove.
Yeah.
All right, then we'll see you around, and
Great.
take care. Spread the joy of Tasmania around in Malaysia.
Definitely.
And also, here's your chance, dear viewers, to have your very own Aussie adventure. Log on to www.tv3.com.my/Aussie Adventure to vote now for your favorite Aussie ambassador and stand a chance to win 2 return Malaysia Airlines tickets to any Malaysia Airlines gateway in Australia. Terms and conditions apply.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's an easy way to win a trip to Australia.
Ooh, and of course, stay tuned on My Aussie Adventure next week because our next stop is South Australia. And remember, their adventure is your adventure too!